Nassourdine Imavov earned his first UFC main event victory on Saturday when he outpointed Roman Dolidze to a unanimous decision win in the UFC Fight Night 235 headliner. This was a solid performance from Imavov, albeit a bit of a strange fight. The point deduction for the illegal kick on the ground, just some weird moments of action throughout the course of the 25 minutes, but ultimately the rightful man came out the winner. I thought this was a fairly convincing performance, and for Imavov, kind of exercises some of the demons of a pretty rough 2023. He went winless last year, loses to Sean Strickland, has the weird no contest with Chris Curtis, leaves his team, changes management, a lot of things going on with Imavov. So for him to come in and get this one, it probably lifts his spirits quite a bit and gives him some confidence going forward in the middleweight division, but not the performance that has anyone screaming for him to be headlining more shows or buying tickets for him to fight maybe outside of France, things like that. But a solid win for him, and he moves forward in this division. Or does he move backwards a little bit? I think the fight that probably makes the most sense is booking a rematch with Chris Curtis. Of course, we saw Curtis in the corner of Dolidze in this fight. There was some back and forth during the fight itself between Imavov and Curtis, and then the two of them exchanging more words after the fight, flipping middle fingers at each other, and just a whole lot of tension and anger between these two, seemingly still going back to their fight. And I think the time to run that back does make sense now. You look at the rankings coming into this fight, Imavov in the UFC's rankings, number 11, Curtis, number 13. And of course, Imavov going to move up a little bit with the win over Dolidze, but I don't think putting this rematch back together really is a bad call by any stretch of the imagination. It still makes sense for me. I don't think there's a lot of other clear fights. A lot of the middleweights above Imavov are booked right now. Maybe you could do him the winner of next weekend's main event between Joe Pfeiffer and Jack Hermanson. That could do as well, but I think there is more appeal, more interest in a fight, a rematch between Imavov and Chris Curtis. So if I had the book, that's the fight I'm putting together now. I think it makes sense, and you can have these two squash their beef. It would at least be an interesting storyline in the middleweight division, which is kind of desperate for new storylines and things like this outside of the top tier. So hopefully they can put that fight together and we can see it sooner than later.